Well, on Friday, I saw Birds of Prey. So, what did I think about it? I liked it. I really did. And it's funny because going into the film, I wasn't really looking forward to this film. I mean, I knew that the reviews going into the film were really positive, but still, I had my negative feelings towards the film going into it. But I honestly think it did really entertain me. Now I will say that what held me back was while I did like that unique kind of storytelling of kind of showing some kind of some moments from a certain scene, but you don't get the full picture of the scene until it's necessary later on in the film. I think that's really interesting where it's like you see these scenes out of context, so it's not really 100% in chronological order, and yet it kind of does it in a unique way where you could see how all these different members of the Birds of Prey come together over one kind of thing, essentially, one kind of thing. But for all different reasons, they all have different motivations, which ultimately bring them together for one final epic conclusion. But what held me back was somewhat on the same note, as they spent honestly too long, with this storyline of just how bringing them together instead of exploring them as a team. They explore why are they even able to be a team in the first place, if you know what I'm saying. So it's like, it feels like it's a setup for a movie that we never got right now. So the Birds of Prey movie I saw felt like almost like a setup for a different film, for a sequel to Birds of Prey, for an actual Birds of Prey film, for the actual Birds of Prey to be in it with, with the whole gang together in full effect. This was kind of like one final act with them all together. Now I think the setup, because this film was basically about a setup for the Birds of Prey, that was amazing. Seeing them all kind of circling around, you know, you know, Ewan McGregor's character, it kind of makes it feel a lot more, kind of centered, and kind of why it makes the plot work very nicely about the stone and stuff, and why it could be obviously deliver some cool humor and stuff, but it can all do that because it ultimately centers around us, kind of a club, a gang. But what the tie-ins to all these different characters and female characters and their point of views, that's unique. It's unique that you see how this one guy and his group can affect all these different people for different motivations to find a stone. It's almost like about a simple stone that connects to a character, that connects to the group, that individually connects to Harley Quinn, Black Canary, Huntress, Renee Montoya, or I don't know if I'm saying it right, and Cassandra Cain, for all different reasons. I'm not going to give away any of those reasons per se, but I think when you see the film, you realize that's clever. I never thought that coming. I never really saw that coming. I'm intrigued by that. Oh, now we get the full picture. So ultimately, you get the full picture at the end of the day, but almost left you kind of with a bitter taste in your mouth. Number one, just the way the film ended. Just where things ended. It was like they kind of built up Harley Quinn, started out as like a cool kind of villain, but then they just made her like a softie. Like they didn't, do anything like it was violent, but not with Harley Quinn. Like Harley Quinn felt like she's supposed to feel like kind of like a cartoonish character, but like the rated R version of like a cartoon girl. And that always sounded kind of interesting, but you never really saw it. You just saw, kind of like depressed Harley. You kind of saw her, not really being Harley. I definitely think that the best version of Harley from the films, out of the two films she was in, would obviously, I'd say, be Suicide Squad. She was definitely a standout for Suicide Squad. And obviously, she's still a standout for this film, but it's obviously felt like she needed to be there. There definitely felt like a weight of the film that wouldn't succeed had not Harley been in the, front of the film, leading the film, essentially. I mean, she is the main character, but at the same time, it's like, I didn't miss her when she wasn't in certain scenes, and I also think some of the cooler scenes were when she wasn't in it or didn't have stuff to do in the scene, because I just don't think she's the most, I think, dynamic character in it, but I like all the characters in the Burger Bride. I think they all have unique ways. Obviously, Cassandra Cain doesn't have it that much abilities, but she kind of added kind of a cool kind of almost like a comedic relief. So overall, I really like this film. I mean, I have some issues. It's not the greatest film, but I did enjoy it definitely. So yeah.